Morning, everyone.
Hello. It's Ed here.
Hey, Ed.
Who all is here right now?
Well, Paul and I are present with Stuart Green and the Leslie from ComputerShare. And if there are any other shareholders on the line, I'm just speaking with Ed Rockel, and Ed is one of our directors.
And
Right, Ed. And Sam should be on shortly.
okay, well, why don't we kick things off? My name is Stuart Green. I'm a lawyer at Lawson Lundell and the company's legal counsel. Welcome to the company's 2026 AGM. With the consent of the meeting, I will act as chair of the meeting, and I appoint George Sanders, President, the CEO, and Director of the company, as recording secretary. Seeing no objections, we'll proceed on that basis. George had mentioned, we got Paul here as well, George, myself, and Leslie from ComputerShare. Rules for the meeting, I would propose are as follows. Questions on any motion can be submitted only by registered shareholders or duly appointed proxy holders attending the meeting in person. Any person attending by a teleconference who wishes to ask questions may do so in the general question period at the end of the meeting. When asking a question, please indicate your name, which entity you represent, if any, and confirm that you are a registered shareholder or duly appointed proxy holder. General questions will only be addressed during the question period at the end of the meeting. Provided the questions submitted by a registered shareholder or duly appointed proxy holder attending the meeting in person regarding procedural matters or things directly related to motions before the meeting may be addressed during the meeting. In order to expedite the formal business, in accordance with the articles of the company, I will propose all motions, and no motions need to be seconded. The matters to be considered at today's meeting are to receive the audited financial statements for the period ended October 31st, 2025, to elect directors, to appoint Davidson Company as the auditor of the company for the ensuing year, to consider, and if thought fit, pass the stock option plan resolution as defined in the Management Information Circular, and to transact such other business as may properly be put before the meeting. Leslie Gould of ComputerShare is the company's registered transfer agent and will act as the secretary of the meeting. The Business Corporation Act, British Columbia, requires that shareholders of the meeting be given not more than 21 days notice of any shareholders' meetings, of any information circular, form of proxy, voting information, and the annual return card were mailed on April 2nd, 2026, to company shareholders of record on the record date for the meeting. As evidenced by the affidavit of Michael ComputerShare Company, for review by any interested party. If you'd like to review that affidavit, a copy would be emailed to you. Unless there's any objections, I will dispense with the reading of the notice of meeting. Copies of the management circular and other meeting materials are available on the company's profile on the CR Plus website. Pursuant to Article 11.3 of the company's articles, quorum for the transaction of business of the meeting of shareholders is two persons who are or who represent by proxy shareholders who hold in the aggregate 5% of the issued shares entitled to vote. I have received an interim report from the scrutineer on attendance at the meeting. A total of 0 shareholders are present, holding 0 shares, and there are a total of 26 shareholders represented by proxy, holding 33,720,586 common shares, representing 41.71% of the shares outstanding. I accept the scrutineer's report, and given that appropriate notice has been given and quorum is present, I now declare the meeting open for regularly called and properly constituted for the transaction of business. In terms of voting, as permitted under the company's articles, shareholders may listen in to today's meeting By teleconference, however, only registered shareholders and duly appointed proxy holders who are in attendance may vote. If there are any uncertainties regarding voting results, I, in good faith, will use my discretion as chair. To facilitate progress of the meeting, voting will be conducted by a show of hands unless a poll is demanded. Additionally, in accordance with the articles, motions may be moved by any registered shareholder or duly appointed proxy holder who are attending in person. And as previously noted, motions are not required to be seconded unless I move otherwise. I move that this meeting authorize the Secretary of the company or the company's solicitors to see to the destruction of proxies after 3 months from this meeting. All those in favor, please raise their hands. Contrary? It's carried. The next item of business is consideration of the financial statements of the company. The financial statements for the year ended October 31st, 2025 are being presented and are available to review under the company's profile on the CR Plus website. Financial statements aren't formally approved at the meeting. However, since they must be presented to the meeting, it's customary to have the meeting acknowledge receipt of financial statements and the auditor's report on those statements. Therefore, I move that the financial statements of the company for the year ended October 31st, 2025 and the auditor's report on those statements be received. All those in favor, please raise their hands. Contrary? Carried. The next item of business is the election of directors to serve until the next annual general meeting or until their successors are appointed. Business Corporations Act of British Columbia requires that any individual nominated to act as a director must either be present at the meeting and not refuse the nomination, or if not present, the individual must have provided the company with a written consent to act before being elected. Management has nominated the following individuals for election as directors of the company: George Sanders, Evan Ruppel, Paul Saxton, Gary Moore, Slovenian, Saston Vikovich. We got it. That's close. In light of the company's advance notice policy, and noting that the company has not received any notice of nominations pursuant to policy, I declare nominations closed. I move that the 5 persons nominated be elected as directors of the company to serve until the next AGM or until their successors are appointed. Any discussion? All those in favor, please raise their hands. Contrary? Carried. I declare that the following persons have been elected as directors of the company: George Sanders, Evan Rocco, Paul Saxton, Gary Moore, Sam Sastovikovich. The next item of business is to appoint the company's auditors and authorize the directors to fix their remuneration. The company's auditor is Davidson Company, LLP, Chartered Professional Accountants. I move that the company appoint Davidson Company as the company's auditor to hold office until the close of the next annual general meeting and authorize the directors to fix their remuneration. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by raising their hands. Contrary? Carried. The next item of business relates to the approval and confirmation of the company's rolling stock option plan as required under the policies of the TSX Venture Exchange. I move that the shareholders pass the stock option plan resolution as defined in and as more fully described in the management information circular for this meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor? Contrary? Carried. Is there any other business which may properly be brought before the meeting? Are there any further questions or any questions from anyone attending via teleconference?
I would ask, does anybody attending by teleconference require from me, the president, a brief update on the company's affairs? If not, we'll dispense with that and close the meeting. Okay.
There being no further business, I declare the meeting concluded. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
Thank you for chairing, Stuart. Thanks for dialing in, folks.
Sam was not able to get on for some reason. The code did not work, so that's the reason Sam's not on.
Sorry, it works now.
Well, it's okay, Sam, and we burdened you with directorship for another year, so you didn't get a chance to object.
I just heard it. Thank you.
We'll have a management discussion later in the week or the following week, and we'll do that then. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. Talk to you guys.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.